Vacation season is here, and before you unplug, don't forget to set your out-of-office message. Some younger workers are using unconventional ways to sign off, so today we speak with etiquette expert Julie Blake-Como for her suggestions on how to write professional and polite vacation messages. I'm surprised we have to talk about this, but I'm also not surprised that we have to talk about this. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Okay, so we're seeing people defend their right to their own space in the workplace, especially with the younger generation who have no qualms about taking their vacation. But there are some things we do still have to follow, right?
Yes, and always think about that you are an ambassador of your employer. And that brand, the brand called you, also should support the values of that employer's brands. So if you're hesitant a little bit about what you're going to put out there when you're not there, when you're somewhere vacationing, how does it reflect, yes, on you, but more importantly, on your employer?
I do think that there might be some, people might be forgetting this, that it's not just that you work at a company, you are also your own little company, right? You're your own brand.
Absolutely. That's what I teach from the moment that I start a workshop. I have people reflect. What about that brand? What about that message? What would it say about my BLT, Jeff? B is for believability.
Okay.
L, likability. And
Excellent.
T, trustworthiness.
All right.
Like, can I trust that person to do business with that person when they come back after I read that message?
Okay, I like that. So what am I looking for in a message? What are some of the things I want to, when I go through the message, I want to ask myself, is this blank, blank, blank?
Yes, number one, you want it to be efficient. So that subject line, that's how we prioritize emails when we're looking at our phone, when we're looking at our computers. So have returning the date that you return. It's not so much about the date that you're leaving, but the date that you're coming back.
Okay.
So that's number one, use the subject line. And then have a greeting. It's not the time for aloha unless you live in Hawaii.
Right.
Then that would happen. Aloha or hola, like hello, hi. Number two, right? A greeting that supports, again, your employer's values.
Right.
That's number two.
Okay, so I'm not saying aloha, even if I'm vacationing in Hawaii, because do I feel like that's maybe kind of bragging? Is that why?
Kind of bragging, na 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 na. You know?
Even though you want to, don't do it.
Even though you want to,
Okay.
exactly.
Now, I do have a right to my vacation, so how apologetic or how, wishy-washy should I be about, I'm so sorry I'm not here?
Yeah.
Is that something I need to do?
No need for an apology.
Okay.
No need for an apology. And do you have to say that you're on vacation? Because sometimes, Jeff, there are life moments where we are absent. And do we want to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. There are life circumstances where you're away to take care of yourself. You're away to take care of a family member. So just announce the absence.
The workplace is a tricky etiquette spot, I think, because you want to share as much of yourself as you can. However, you do need to be thinking about what's appropriate. And appropriate is different for everyone. That's where I think we get into a little bit of a challenge when it comes to how much humor to inject into things.
That's right, that's right. And humor, we know, could be misinterpreted.
Yeah.
And that's one of the challenges of email. We don't have the tone. And although you put the emoticon with the wink or the this or the that could also have a different perception.
Okay.
And so it's important to have a message that's somewhat neutral.
Got it.
So that the perceptions will not be incorrect.
I also want to be cognizant of the person who's reading its time. This isn't a big joke here. It's like, I'm trying to work.
Yes.
I think that's important. So what if I am that person reading your out-of-office response? What is it that I'm looking for that you should be including in it?
When you're returning, and also what we want is a contact. What if I have an emergency? What if I need information right away? And I also encourage our viewers not only to put the email of your superior, of a colleague that has been informed ahead of time, and also why don't you add that telephone number? And this one also applies to all of our viewers. We should definitely have, like even when I'm signing Julie, my telephone number's right there instead of the person scrolling right down.
I love that. If I see an out of office that I really think is professional, can I just steal it? I can, right?
Copy paste. And you know who's really good at helping us with this? AI. She is amazing. If you ask her for a professional, right, a professional message, and you can take the URL from my website because I do have an ooh message there, right, like a template for it, she will do it impeccably.
All right.
She will do it for you.
Feel free to use the tools that are available to you. Thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate it. Etiquette on what's going on with your out of office. Try not to be too cheeky, please.